Which is
Don't
ridiculous.
ask about any of this at all.
Yeah.
Like, maybe before, like, maybe surprising her after you guys are kind of breaking up. Not the best idea.
But then, like, 2 scenes later, Joey breaks real quick and is like, just kidding, I'll let you go to London for some reason because I can't handle you being mad at me.
Like, he can't handle Craig pouting for, like, 30 minutes. He's like, you've broken me.
He even buys him the tickets, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Which, like...
Craig, you frowned all throughout dinner.
I mean...
Fine, go to London.
All right.
And what's crazy is, like, Craig has more money in, like, his... like dead dad's trust fund for him. Sorry, was that insensitive? His dad was an asshole. We don't care about him.
No, his dad was abusive and
fair
terrible.
But he has like more money in that trust fund than like Joey has to like
buy
pay
his
the
own
bills.
house.
Yeah, he like can't pay for his own house, but he's like, sure, I'll buy you like like he literally bought a ticket for like 2 days from then to London.
Wow.
So then Craig goes to see Ashley off as she's leaving for London.
Oh wait, we're skipping the brief Drake moment. We can't
I'm
leave
sorry.
Jimmy out. I'll be so sad.
Oh, this was right before he knew he was going to London, and he's eating lunch with Jimmy. And I think he's just like complaining about how Ashley's going away.
And Jimmy says, you can't throw fries at a kid in a wheelchair, which is a fair point.
Aubrey Drake Graham. National treasure.
Aubrey Graham, you are a goddamn delight. And then we also have the scene with Paige, who talks about her yoga toned ass, which is short, and she's like just not good. And then Kevin Smith is like, you were very, and just like left it at that.
That was his critique of her performance.
And it was a really good Heathers moment.
It was amazing.
How very.
Oh, also in this area, when Tomas is asking for Bennifer, Caitlin just quits her job.
Yeah, that was very sudden.
She's like, you know what?
I don't need that.
Integrity.
Although we kind of got an inkling, like even though Tomas like made a total turnaround, we kind of got an inkling that was starting to be unhappy since the blood drive episode.
Yeah,
because she's like, they keep trying to like stamp out all the interesting stuff that we're doing, and like so at least we kind of get like a sense of like unrest at her job.
And she and Kevin Smith talk at length about how like covering local news is boring.
Which like I guess that's fair. I don't know.
So Caitlin quits, and then Craig sees Ashley off, and he's like, so guess what? I'm going to be there tomorrow.
Ooh.
And she's like, excuse you? I need space. What are you talking about? And she keeps bringing up how she's like, ever since you were diagnosed, I've just been so worried about you. Are you taking your pills? Oh, my God. Like, she's being really insensitive about everything.
Yeah. She's being super harsh, and I'm like, Ashley, also, that sounds like your problem.
Seriously, like she can't handle the relationship because she's selfish, which makes sense because she's a teenager.
And she's also like just a particularly selfish person.
Mm-hmm.
And she's being she's just very harsh. And she
said,
has a terrible cry face as she gets in the car.
And I wrote down, if you're so worried about him, you probably should have been a little bit more delicate as you were leaving, because you should know that something like this could make him spin out of control, which it does.
Way to go, Ashley.
I feel like a lot of people keep on asking him, did you take your pills?
Yeah.
Throughout this entire 2 episodes.
Yeah. That's what happens when you get diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Sure, I won't take my pills then.
Yeah.
It's mainly Ashley.
Shit gets out of control.
Ashley's like catchphrase ever since Craig gets diagnosed is, are you taking your pills? Are you taking your medication?
Are you taking your pills?
I mean, that's how you get involved with people like Skinny when you don't take your pills.
Oh, Skinny. We're going to talk at length about Skinny.
Never hang out with the street drummer.
Skinny went in on him. Yeah. Like, he had some predisposed, like, anger towards him. Yeah. Like, he didn't drop a quarter in his cup at one point in his life.
For his mediocre drumming skills.
It was the long con.
And then, you know...
gain his trust.
This kid's going to be down on his luck, and I'm going to beat him up one day.
Craig strums like 2 chords, so it's like we're a band now. Mind.
He strums 3 chords and someone drops money in.
Here to film the behind the music on Skinny and Craig.
Skinny, the Joe Jackson before there was a Joe Jackson.
Oh.
Oh man, we're gonna talk so much about Skinny when
Oh,
that time
sorry.
comes. I'm ready. No, I'm really excited about it. But also, we cannot skip Caitlin and Kevin Smith being
Getting
drunk in a
drunk
bar.
at a bar.
Oh.
Because Caitlin just quit her job and she's like fully hitting on Kevin Smith, and she talks about how she's hitting on Kevin Smith. And they like weirdly have a lot of chemistry though.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I shipping this? Like, I hate it, but also like they do have a lot of chemistry. But her drunk acting is not good.
No, it's like it's like how someone thinks being drunk is. It's like she's never been drunk before, but has seen other people act drunk in movies, and
Like-
thinks, yeah, that's how it is.
It's like middle schoolers,
Yeah.
like pretending to be drunk in the
So
cafeteria.
drunk right
It'd be like if you like had never been high before, but you're like talking to someone who is, and it's like, oh, did you smoke some doobies? Man, I had a roommate like that.
Yeah,
I think we've all had that roommate.
I think some of us have been that roommate.
So she's acting drunk, and I feel like they might have a lot of chemistry because Kevin Smith legitimately is in love with the actress who plays Caitlin and has like a lingering crush on her forever.
Yeah.
He talks about his iris metaphor.
Which I was like weirdly charmed by, which I'm not proud of. And also, Caitlin asks if he's gay, and he says, "Heavens no," which I was like, what? What just happened?
Got a case of the not gays.
I'm like, first of all,
He went
this
full
is-
snagglepuss.
Yeah.
like, this is like a weird gay panic moment, but also like I've never heard a person say "heavens no."
And then she starts kissing him. And then she pulls away, and he's like, "Oh my god, that was so awesome! Oh my god, oh my god!" And she's like, "What did I just do?" And then she pieces out.
I feel like none of that was scripted because I think that was both of their real feelings.
Yeah, Kevin had no chill about it.
Yeah.
He was like, wow.
In my notes, I just had "what the fuck" in all caps. I was not expecting it. I was like, this is getting creepy throughout the whole 2 episodes, and then it just comes to that head, and I'm just like, I did not expect this. I did not expect Kevin Smith making out with
This is wrong. What am I watching?
Degrassi cast
I
members.
can't believe we're smooching.
Actually,
Yeah. I think everybody needs to get their shit together.
yeah. And especially Craig.
Yeah, well.
Craig above all
he
else.
He has not an excuse, but
And Joey selling cars.
He's got a reason.
he has a reason, yeah.
Yeah.
Just needs to.
Joey's doing all right. He just
For
can't
now.
win against Kevin Smith, man.
Yeah.
Who can?
And he sets these events in motion, making his terrible Jay and Silent Bob movie.
The suave gentleman named Kevin.
But
His
like he made
XL
himself
works.
he made himself so likable. Like, I'm not proud of this, but one of my notes is, I mean, Jay's the hot one, but Kevin is so likable right now. Why is he charming me? What's happening?
I'm also going to just take umbrage with the sentence, "Jay is the hot one."
That's what happens when you get
You
to
guys.
write this character.
Did Kevin Smith write this episode, or did he at least write his dialogue? I'm assuming he did.
I feel like if he didn't write it, he just like winged the whole entire thing. It was
He
like,
had
"I'll do my own thing, guys. Just
Ben Affleck.
leave a space
think-
for me."
I think they just followed Jason Mewes around with a camera on the set for his parts.
He's never like read from a script. He
Yeah.
just says things.
Snoogin 17-year-olds.
Yeah, he like Jay's character like throughout. He just is the same. Like, there's no change. Like, I can't really tell when scenes are happening because he is
He's the exact same person.
Nothing is
Yeah.
different except
just
Manny
there.
has a different name and Ellie's hair is black. Like,
So, I know we kind of like briefly spoke about what the point of the Jay and Silent Bob Go Canadian A movie was.
Mhm.
So when they're at the dance, why were there ninjas?
because it's a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Oh,
Why
so
would they not fight?
are they
ninjas?
on the lam from ninjas?
It seems
Probably.
In
possible.
addition to getting their high school degrees?
Ninjas.
I
Not
Yeah.
just any kind of ninjas.
I'm just curious.
This is just Kevin Smith prophetically seeing what his career is going to turn into one day and just making shit movies.
Oh,
He's got to force an action sequence.
I mean, to be fair, there are no Bratzies in this movie.
Oh,
So,
but when I talk, all right. So I'm gonna talk about yoga hosers at the end of this because that's like my thing that I'm like casually recommending, even though it's not good. We're gonna talk about Bratzies because god damn it. So Joey and Craig are like sitting on the couch, and Craig is moping, and Joey's like, "Talk to me, I'm your dad," which always like makes my heart hurt when he's like, "I'm your dad," and like doesn't even like do the like stepdad or fake dad or whatever.
Yeah, he's like,
thing.
"I'm your father." Yeah, but Craig is just straight up lying and is like, "Yeah, Ashley was really excited. I'm gonna go pack," and it's like already like, okay, we're starting off in a bad place.
Things are going to spiral, and then Caitlin comes home and like immediately jumps Joey, and I'm like, you're overcompensating so hard right now.
And then she proposes to him because she's overcompensating so hard right now.
A lot happens in like 5 minutes.
yeah.
And then Craig decides to skip taking medication right after that scene.
Which is always a mistake. Also, like, so when Caitlin proposes to Joey, he's like, "Oh, I thought you'd never ask." And I'm like, so then why didn't you ask? Like, if you wanted to marry her so badly, you really, like, you can do this yourself. Like, you don't have to wait. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
it
it's
was
nice of you to,
weird.
like, be wanting, like, to switch, like, conventional gender roles, but also, like, you can still ask her yourself.
Canadian tradition.
That's the
Of
tradition.
waiting.
So, like, the last 2 minutes of this episode are Craig going upstairs, Caitlin proposing to Joey, Craig skipping taking his medication, and then it ends with Craig getting into a taxi, and they're like, "Bye, have fun in London." And then immediately when he goes into the car, he's like, "We're not going to the airport." And I think that's like where part 1 is supposed to end. And it's all very dramatic.
It's very dramatic. And, like, way too soon. Like, he should have waited for him to, like, drive away and then been like, "So change of plans." Because instead he's like, is the door even closed all the way? Like, can
No,
Joey
the window
still
is
hear?
open. His head's out the window, just going, "We're not going to the airport."
He's, like, not even in the car yet. He's just shouting it from next to Joey. And Joey's just, like,
Sure,
smiling
he
like a
knows.
goof.
So then we're back at the school.
Wait, I want to
set.
hear, what did you guys think of part 1 as some of your first episodes of Degrassi ever?
It was intense.
Yeah.
Really hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Didn't skip a beat.
No, they really got into it. It did have, as soon as he said, "We're not going to the airport," I was hooked. I was like, man, I gotta see.
I want to see what.
I wanna know
wanted
where
to see
he's
what
going.
happens next.
Yeah.
He's going to meet somebody named Skinny. Or first he's going to live in a boiler room.
He's going to live in the school, which is every kid's dream over the summer. I'm going to live in the boiler room of my school like a janitor with no home.
It's where I can work on my craft.
To be
Oh,
fair, he
much
doesn't have a
angst.
ton of options.
Oh boy. But episode 2 does have my pick for who the MVP of the 2-parter episode is. So gonna leave you guys on that little
I'm ready
one.
for it.
I'm very excited.
Because I think I have an MVP too.
Okay, cool.
I'm excited for us to, like, get to Spirit Squad because I want to, like, hear about all of your ending feelings. But
With just this one 2-part episode as your context.
totally. Oh, also, I love the sad Craig music. It's very, like, guitar-y and, like, in the background.
Which is fitting.
They have, like, weird, like background music for every character when they feel certain feelings. Like, they have the Sean sad music, which I really miss since he moved to Wasaga
that's like
Beach.
more of like an acoustic guitar kind of feeling.
It's very Ryan Atwood.
very Ryan Atwood. And then Marco's sad music is like weird hip hop music.
Yeah, and so is Jimmy's.
Well,
It's
that
a
makes
little,
more
it's
sense.
yeah, but it's like is this show a little racist? Like, what's going on?
It's a little bit racist, especially evidence. Marco, who you didn't see, has Italian parents, and they're like the most stereotypical, like Mario and Luigi type accent.
man.
It's like
It's crazy.
It's borderline offensive to Italians.
So part 2 starts off. Spike is doing Caitlin's makeup, and Caitlin's like, "Guess what? I proposed to Joey." And then Kevin Smith comes in the room and finds this out, and he's like, wow, I guess I'm a really bad kisser. And then he like exits out of the room because he can't handle
He
it.
cries and runs away
He
from the camera.
whines so hard. Yeah.
Which is like kind of crazy because like you've known this woman for like 4 days
Yeah.
and you're like, why aren't you